back to DesignMakePlay. It's everyone's favorite co-host, or maybe not, Omar. So today we're going to be interviewing Coach Greg just to finish off today's episode, and we're going to focus more on the design aspect and exactly how you got interested in the creative side of business. So you say you're a brand evangelist, correct?
Brand evangelist, yeah.
Evangelist,
yeah.
Sorry, that's how you pronounce it. So
yeah.
What exactly is a brand evangelist?
Well, I think many companies have a person who understands the full core concepts of that particular brand. Mm-hmm. And then for me, when I fall in love with a brand, I love to talk to people about it. I love to tell stories about that brand, to build upon that brand, and sort of just be an evangelist towards that brand.
Okay. So you're very adamant about play and design. So I believe you were a golf pro at one point?
Yeah, that's how I started my career in sports. When I moved from the prairies out to Vancouver, I was a golf pro. And I worked in the industry, playing golf, but teaching golf. And then part of my apprentice training program with the Canadian Professional Golfers Association, we had to learn all about pro shop operations, and that had a lot to do with retail management. So the building of golf clubs, the selling of apparel, and retailing it, displaying it, and that whole back-end functionality of running a retail shop.
Okay, so interesting. So with an athletic background, and you said that's how you got into the whole branding side of things, what about design so captured your interest? Was it something that you felt an affinity towards as a child, or is it something you grew into as you were around these brands?
Yeah, I think, where it all starts is you form, you kind of connect with some, maybe it's apparel, some shoes or some t-shirts. And for me in Winnipeg, I had these two twins named Chip and Pepper Foster. And Chip and Pepper created a clothing line that we sold in the store I worked at. It was a golf pro shop called Caddy Shed Sports. And I was just always so amazed at the energy that these two twins had to create like a surf brand out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and then become this sort of international iconic brand during that time. And I just loved the designs, and I loved the styles and the colors of the apparel, and then I started to get into that as well.
So how important do you feel it is to be creative for cognitively, what are the benefits of being creative for our youth?
Well, I mean, it's between the play and the design. I think you're maximizing your ability to create and design if you're healthy and active, and your body is in sync with your mind. So, I know cognitive. There's probably 100 points I could give you that directly correlate play to cognitive improvement. So the more active you are, I think the better chance you have for success in whether it's coding or illustration or 3D printing or laser cutting, design, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You said that you could probably name 100, but what are maybe a couple in particular that you can maybe focus on?
Yeah, well, I think, when your mind gets tired, if you're sitting at a computer or at an iPad or on your phone, what happens is your body kind of falls into sort of a negative posture area. Mm-hmm. And when your body gets tired, then all of a sudden your mind gets tired, and then a math problem comes up on the screen, and you may not have the energy to complete that math problem. However, if you had just finished, having something healthy to eat and moving your body, go outside, get some sun, get the blood flowing, then you go back, you sit in front of your phone or your tablet, and you're sitting up straighter, and the math problem comes shooting across your screen, and you're just like, boom, solved. So that's where that connectivity is for me.
So to reiterate, I hope this doesn't sound cliche, but basically healthy body, healthy mind, and that can perhaps lead you into a flow state that can, again, when you're in a flow state, you create some of your best work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they say novelty and complexity are some of the healthy ways to get, they're dopamine triggers.
Yeah.
So I guess play and creativity can lead to that, which can lead to creating some really cool things that can hopefully one day change the world.
Absolutely. And I know, I'm part of a couple of physical literacy initiatives on the North Shore. And these initiatives were born out of a need to get kids more active and get kids moving, because they were failing basic physical literacy tests. So some younger students, elementary school kids, were unable to walk backwards, for example, unable to jump or skip or hop. And so what happened through this Canada Sport for Life initiative is physical literacy became a critical element of school, of education. So healthcare, education, sport, recreation, and urban planning, we all came together at the table for the first time in history, all those sectors talking about the issues of child and human physical literacy deficiencies. So now we're starting to see success by creating programs to get kids more active. We're starting to see overall cognitive functionality and marks, scores all going up and up and up.
It's interesting to see a lot of overlap between industries that you thought wouldn't really be interconnected, because obviously this is just what I've attributed from talking to you, that basically the skills that you cultivated through branding and becoming a specialist in the whole design side of things have allowed you to transfer those skills in a direction where you have a lot of passion. So physical literacy in the community. I believe are you a father?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, are these some of the things you try to instill in your children as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I have two daughters who are in high school, very involved with science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So they're very STEAM centric, which is great. They're involved with robotics and things like that. But I notice in their own daily life that they're lacking some of the physical exertion that's required, to be a healthy, active person. So I'm always trying to, encourage them to keep moving, and everybody to keep moving.
All right, so you get to play floorball. In case you didn't know, this is the co-founder of Floorball Association in Canada. Yeah. It's a way of bringing hockey to the community in a more affordable way. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in a hockey household, my father played professional ice hockey in the NHL and the World Hockey Association. So growing up around that, I understand the value of sports and athlete development. And I also saw hockey trending in the wrong direction as far as cost and exclusivity. And I wanted to bring to Canadians and new Canadians, girls and boys and people with all abilities, the chance to play hockey. So floorball to me is the base level. Everyone can play. It's affordable. It's inclusive. It's accessible. It's fun. And I can't think of a team sport where you build this social friendship with your teammates. It's absolutely the most kinetic sport I've been involved with, and once the ball gets in the court, you're moving and moving, and it never stops, and it's a really phenomenal exercise, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, so Looks like we're almost out of time here. Any last words for any of our students or viewers who may be interested in sport, athleticism, or overall design and creativity? What are some advice you can have to our young entrepreneurs out there?
Well, I think just follow up with the Zen Maker Lab DesignMakePlay show, because we hit on all our targets to create, creativity and the design, the making things and creating things from your designs, and then the play. So incorporating play into all of your learning and education. That's my biggest, I guess, push right now. And as the brand evangelist for Zen Maker Lab, I really want people to understand, parents and kids, and everyone in our community, to understand that we exist on the North Shore to enrich the lives of our kids and to get them more active. So that's the final takeaway.
All right, awesome, Greg. So it was really nice talking to you. I'm sure we're going to have more interviews and discussions about other topics in the future. So everybody who tuned in, thank you so much for tuning into our show, Design Make Play. We hope you enjoyed all the segments, our designer tribute, and our interview with our brand evangelist, Coach Greg. So thank you, everybody. See you soon.
Thank you.